Hello and welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. And today I have a Glen Moray on the cask. Yeah, the Glen Moray is a single malt from, is it from Speyside? Yeah, it is from Speyside, but it's very near to the north coast of the Spey. And yeah, usually the Glen Moray Distillery is known for their cask variation, different cask finishes, Cabernet Sauvignon and Chardonnay and I just said that sherry, port, Madeira, and all in the book. And I've been to their warehouse and they have all these different casks. There's even more coming out in the future. And there are even casks that you're not allowed to fill and call it Scotch. So they took every cask they can and put whiskey in it. But this year is different. This year is the 12-year-old in their core range. And this year is just American oak. So it's closer to the distillery character, or more to this character of the spirit of the distillery, as to all the other maturations. Because you could say the distillery character is a lot of different casks, or sherry cask or wine cask maturation. But this here is closer to what we get directly from the still. So yeah, I'll tell you another nice little story while I show you the bottle. The distillery is very, very close to a river. If you look at the distillery video, then I will tell you about that river. And they are prone to a lot of floods. So the cask that this whiskey has been matured in was probably at some point underwater or floating in the river, or the river that was flooding the distillery, let's say it that way. And that was a time when it was a big crisis for the distillery, and the people at the distillery told me that when you have a situation like that, it's every hand on deck. Even if you're in accounting, it does not matter. It's every hand on deck and get the situation under control. Rescue the barrels or the casks and get the water out of the distillery. So let's have a look at this nice whiskey. Oh, very, very fresh, fruity. A little bit of a sweetness going on. It's very fruity and floral, but it has a bit of that fresh citrus character, combined with a little bit of a flowery honey note. Beautiful. Nice. It's a really, really light, nice, fruity sherry style whiskey, but it's so fruity that if you would give me an blind tasting and you would probably not show me the color, then I would go for a sherry. Definitely go for a sherry. It just has that wonderful sweetness, even though a little bit of a strawberry jam note to it. Reminds me a little bit of a breakfast with honey, strawberry jam, a sweet breakfast. Yeah, now that I gave me that impression, it's that maltiness could be interpreted as a bit of a bread note as well. So cheers. In the taste, we definitely have a maltiness, a good amount of maltiness, and it's a lot stronger than in the smell. It has a lot more oak character. Still, it's sweet and it's round, and it tastes well matured for a 12-year-old. But it has much more oaky notes than this very fresh fruity note. Although, now that I've taken a sip and now that I smell it again, usually the whiskeys taste a little different then. It becomes more strong, oaky in that smell as well. So it's a nice roller coaster whiskey. Start off sweet and you end off mature, oaky. Yeah, typical oaky American oak Scotch Highland whiskey. I like it. It's a pleasant whiskey. And it's the entry-level whiskey from Glen Moray. So it's a pleasant whiskey. You can have it. It's a nice, just bourbon cask maturation. Nothing too fancy all around it, with also a very nice price. So this is reasonably priced. In Germany, it's around 26 euro, 27 euros, somewhere around there. And it's pretty good. So yeah, that was it with this video, my take from the Glen Moray 12-year-old. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time.